If you live in a tropical country, you've likely met them. The beady-eyed lizards that dart across your walls at night. These uninvited squatters don't pay rent, buy groceries, or respect personal space, yet they make themselves right at home. Annoying as they may seem, house lizards are harmless and surprisingly fascinating. Put aside the fear, and you might discover that your scaly roommate is a quirky marvel of evolution. Meet the house lizard. The common house lizard, also known as the house gecko, is usually gray or brown in color, blending into walls like a sneaky spy in camouflage. Their bodies are sleek and slender, their heads triangular, and their eyes enormous, giving them the permanent look of someone silently judging your life choices. Honestly, when one stares at you from the corner of the ceiling, it feels like it knows you ate that last slice of cake at 2 a.m., and it is silently scandalized. Their skin tells a story too. The upper surface feels rough and granular, though unless you're very brave, I don't recommend testing this out, while their underbelly is smooth. They're like the reptile equivalent of an SUV with rugged tires, but leather seats inside, built both for durability and style. So while you may find them creepy, nature designed them with some impressive practicality. What's for dinner? One reason lizards refuse to vacate your house is because, for them, it's a never-ending buffet. And guess what's on the menu? Pretty much every insect that annoys you. Flies buzzing around your kitchen, spiders in the corner of your bathroom, moths that treat your lamps like nightclubs, and of course, the ultimate villain of humanity, the mosquito. For lizards, your home is a fine dining restaurant where pests are served fresh daily. When you think about it, they're basically pest control workers who show up every night, completely free of charge. Imagine the money you'd save if you let them continue their buffet in peace. Instead of being grossed out by them, maybe we should hand them tiny aprons and thank them for their service. Without them, you'd be fighting a small-scale insect apocalypse every evening. Sticky feet and the physics of defying gravity. Perhaps the most astonishing thing about house lizards is their ability to run up walls and hang upside down on ceilings like they're auditioning to be Spider-Man's stunt double. The secret lies in their sticky feet, which are covered with millions of microscopic hairs called setae. These hairs are so tiny that they interact with surfaces at the molecular level, creating a natural grip so strong they can scale glass windows with ease. This is why you'll often see them strolling along your ceiling as if gravity is just a silly suggestion. Scientists have studied these sticky feet extensively, even attempting to replicate the mechanism to design high-tech adhesives. Meanwhile, the lizard itself has no idea it's inspiring cutting-edge technology. It's just trying to sneak up on a fly. The color-changing trick. Unlike their flamboyant cousins, the chameleons, house lizards don't change colors for attention or courtship rituals. Their color-shifting powers are purely practical. When the lizard feels cold, its skin darkens, allowing it to absorb more warmth from sunlight like a living solar panel. When it's too warm, its skin lightens, helping it to cool down. It's essentially wearing a permanent mood ring, except the mood it reflects is always temperature discomfort. So, the next time you see a lizard turn a little darker or paler, don't assume it's about to perform a magic trick. It's simply adjusting its thermostat the natural way. The tale that lives on. Now let's talk about the most dramatic escape act in the lizard's repertoire, tail autotomy. Imagine you're a lizard and a predator grabs you. What do? You drop your tail like a mic at the end of a rap battle. The tail keeps wriggling on the floor, dancing around like it's auditioning for a reality show, while the lizard takes advantage of the distraction to make its heroic getaway. The truly mind-blowing part is that the lizard's tail doesn't just grow back. It regenerates completely in a matter of weeks, thanks to stem cells that keep dividing and rebuilding. Meanwhile, if we stub a toe, we're out of commission for 3 days. If humans had this kind of superpower, we'd be invincible. The lizard doesn't realize it, but it's basically a miniature superhero with detachable parts. Are they poisonous? Ask around, and you'll hear dramatic tales of house lizards being deadly poisonous. Some people believe that if a lizard so much as breathes on your food, you might as well start writing your will. The truth, however, is far less dramatic. House lizards are not poisonous. If one touches your food and you eat it unknowingly, nothing catastrophic is going to happen. That said, they aren't exactly hygienic dinner companions either. Because they eat insects, bits of bug flesh, and even bacteria such as salmonella can stick to their mouths. If they lick or crawl across food, there is a chance of contamination. So, while it won't kill you, it's definitely a good idea to throw away anything a lizard has sampled. After all, nobody wants lizard-kissed curry as part of their family dinner. When the mind plays tricks. Interestingly, most of the time when people feel ill after discovering they ate lizard-tainted food, the cause isn't the food, it's the brain. Just knowing that you swallowed something a lizard touched is enough to make most people gag, vomit, or faint in horror. This is a classic case of the mind waging war on the stomach. The food itself may be harmless, but the sheer disgust is enough to create a full-blown psychological reaction. House lizards don't poison you, your imagination does. Should you touch them? Some adventurous souls, usually children or bored adults, try to poke or catch house lizards. While these creatures are not dangerous, they will defend themselves if harassed. Their defense might include a tiny bite, which is more surprising than painful. Imagine being pinched lightly by a toddler with very small teeth. That's about the extent of it. The bite itself is harmless, but still, it's wise to wash your hands with soap afterwards. Not because you'll be poisoned, but because touching reptiles is never going to win you any awards for cleanliness. How to politely evict a lizard. Of course, just because they're harmless doesn't mean you want them leaping across your living room wall during a Zoom call. Fortunately, there are gentle and natural ways to discourage lizards from setting up camp in your home. One popular trick is spraying a mixture of vinegar and lemon juice near entry points. Lizards can't stand the smell and will avoid the area. Strong-smelling kitchen staples like onions, garlic, and cloves are also excellent deterrents. On the bright side, your house will smell like an Italian restaurant, even if you never cook pasta. And here's a simple tip. Keep your house clean. Fewer insects mean fewer reasons for lizards to hang around. After all, they're not in love with your decor. They're in love with your bugs. The case for keeping them. Before you start plotting their removal, consider the quiet benefits of cohabiting with lizards. They devour disease-carrying mosquitoes, help control spider populations, and unlike rats or cockroaches, they don't gnaw through your furniture or scuttle across your food in the middle of the night. They mind their own business, rarely get in your way, and do the noble work of keeping your bug population under control. In the vast universe of household pests, lizards are honestly the least annoying tenants. And that's everything you need to know about the mysterious, slightly creepy, but surprisingly helpful house lizard. If you enjoyed learning about these wall-crawling freeloaders, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to the channel.